McElroy!
Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of The Wrap-Up. For Dan Myers, I'm Nick Buckler, and Dan, we're going to start right into it with the PGA Championship, the fourth of four majors on the golf season, and Jason Day wins it with a record-breaking 20 under par, and that is the lowest four-round total in major tournament history, and that's saying something coming in 2015 when you've had all the greats in the past, Ben Hogan, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, and then Jason Day goes out there and he shatters their records over at Whistling Straits in Wisconsin this past weekend to pick up the win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's nice to see a fresh face, on the tour. And for so long, we had Phil Mickelson, Tiger Woods, but now we've got guys like Rory McIlroy make a name for himself, Jason Day, Jordan Spieth. So it's nice to see this new generation of golfers come around and show that there's still talent going on. And we still got a lot of players to showcase. That just because Tiger Woods has gone away or this isn't the same Tiger. Phil, he's getting a little quiet too, so his time's coming. It's good to see this new generation of golfers come around.
It really is, and Jason Day has been the most consistent golfer, in my opinion, on tour all season. There's all the talks of Jordan Spieth winning the first two majors, and he wins the green jacket at the Masters, and then he goes out, follows that up with a win at the U.S. Open, and ties for fourth place at the British Open over in Scotland. And then he comes out here and gets second place. He shoots 17 under. He's just 22 years old. There's a lot of positive things that come from Jordan Spieth. And could he be the next Tiger Woods? He may be. I still root for Tiger Woods, though. I still think he is great for the game of golf. But like you said, there's a new generation coming up. Outside of the guys you said, Jordan Spieth, Jason Day, Rory McIlroy, there's Ricky Fowler and other guys like that. And there's just so many young golfers out there, Patrick Reed and others. It's a complete transition from Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, John Daly, Ernie Els, Vijay Singh, guys like that. And now it's all these guys are young. And then when I go out there to the local par 3 course and I'm out there hacking it around and thinking, what did I do wrong? These people are younger than me and they're winning major tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that blows my mind every time I see a young guy throwing on the Masters jacket after he won. It's great though. It's exciting. You don't get the maybe as much attention as Tiger did when he was coming up, but that was just something special. I mean, Tiger was just straight fire when he was coming up, and up until 2-3 years ago, he still was. He carried that out. But we have some great talent, and right now I feel like they're all fighting for the limelight, which is great for us because then we're going to get some great golf. You're going to see some shots that you might not normally see because they're just trying to play it safe. But when they're trying to become number one, I think you're going to see some great golf in the near future.
Speaking of great golf, this weekend, John Daly, he was in position to make a cut. I believe it was the 12th hole of par 3 in the second round. He hits his first 4 shots into Lake Michigan. And after that, not only did 4 balls travel there, his 9-iron also went in there as well. He fired that baby in there. A boater actually went out and picked up the club, held it over his head proud. The crowd cheered. John Daly carded a 10 on that hole, which is 7 over for one hole. It was a par 3. And just like that, he was nowhere near making the cut. And he's a guy I always love to root for. Him and Kid Rock were in the Pro-Am back when the Buick Open was up here in Michigan. They haven't had that in a few years. But the Pro-Am for that, it was Kid Rock and John Daly teeing up golf balls off tall boys, smoking cigarettes. It's
wearing
just
overalls.
Great. Yeah, it's
jean overalls.
It's just great for the game. Maybe not from the professional symbol of it, but it's great for people from here who just like to have a good time and go out, because that's what golf is. You go out, you crush a couple brews, you smoke some cigars, you card a few 8s and 9s out there, and 5-putt a couple greens. These guys can relate to that, John Daly's a pro, and he still does that. So maybe there's hope for us. Not sure.
Yeah, I always thought that was a fun event to watch. Even just the celebrity tour that they go around. I thought that was always fun. It was just a nice break to see, the golfers just relax, just unwind, no pressure, and just see them actually let loose and see what the golfers are really made of, off the course. And you can really judge the type of character they were, just how they interacted with, whatever celebrity they were given or just the fans in general. So that I always look forward to seeing that. It was almost like their all-star game with celebrities, and they just let loose and just like down to earth. They didn't have the stress that you normally see on their faces when they're playing. So that was always fun for me to see.
It reminds me a lot of the celebrity softball game that comes on late night after the home run derby for baseball. Those are fun. You mic them up. you got some people that you didn't even know were athletic out there, and, well, they're really not sometimes when they're striking out in slow pitch. But it's good to see them just unwind and see who they really are when they're, not under pressure, have their game face on, just see what kind of person they are.
Yeah, I actually look forward to that more than the home run derby sometimes, at least through the first couple guys. So by then, I'm looking forward to the celebrity softball game.
Another thing we can look forward to, Detroit Lions football. They got underway last week. Thursday night at Ford Field, they hosted the New York Jets without Geno Smith. As we all know, he was sucker punched by now a former teammate, and that put a damper on his season. He's going to be out 6 to 10 weeks, maybe more, with a broken jaw. I think it's a blessing in disguise for the Jets. I think Geno Smith is one of the most overrated quarterbacks around. And now they get the Harvard grad, Ryan Fitzpatrick, a chance to go out there and sling the rock around, and I think he's better for those receivers, Percy Harvin, Eric Decker, and so on. Brandon Marshall, newly acquired. And I think he's going to be a lot better for them. Although the Lions had the last laugh on Thursday. Mind you, it's only preseason, my opinion. That doesn't matter. Preseason, it's not football. I'm sorry. You get all these fans that cheer for, like, the Dunkin' Donut race. I went to a preseason game a couple years ago. We ended up giving our seats away the last 2 seasons. It's just brutal to go to. The football's good for about 5 seconds, and then you get all these guys who aren't even going to be on the team in a couple weeks out there. The fans there care more about the Dunkin' Donuts race than they care about the actual game. Copy, coffee, let's go! Come on, get up, you! Get up! Get up!
This is our section! This is our section! I want a free donut!
99 cents off! Come on, friends! You kidding me? It's football, not Dunkin'. If it was Dunkin', at least it would be, Dunkin' Pistons.
Yeah, there you go. Well, it's one of those things. I feel it's not as serious, and you can't take it, as seriously. So it's more of a family.
It's not even real.
Right.
It's like wrestling. Oh, sorry. That's tough for you. You love wrestling.
It's still real to me, but that's beside the fact. That's for another show. Yeah. Santa Claus. Yeah, I'm working on that one still, but it's that's just a nice event. It's something different, for the family to go to. It's you don't really have to worry about the belligerent fans, when you're there. So it's kind of nice to just take.
If you take out the Dunkin' Donuts race, then you don't have to worry about him. But I'll never forget, a couple years ago, I was at a game sitting next to this guy who had his Confederate flag tattoo, a wife beater with barbecue stains on it, and a ponytail. It was more of a mullet, with the business up front, party hardy in the back. And he was very into that. And, at the Lions games, they start the race on the screen. It's graphics. And then it goes into, they come running out of the tunnel, they run around a cone and go back to the end zone. And it's, 3, people probably on the sex offenders list running around in costumes.
Just sweating away.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
They're sweating. We're not going to get why they're sweating, but anyway, they're running out there, and it's real. People are running out there, and we were the original Dashing Donut. And, well, let's just say Dashing Donut did not win because Biggie Bagel took him out. And the threats that were coming from this nice gentleman's mouth to my left, it was, I can't repeat them on air, but the first word was cream cheese. Cream cheesed, past tense.
Oh.
And after that, it was a bunch of radio edit. And I'm not going to go into it, but that's the kind of threats that you're getting. The poor person in the, okay, maybe not, but that guy was probably waiting in the parking lot. And he got his tickets for free, from Speedway gas station because he spent more than $10 on,
it's double rewards
taquitos.
Yeah.
They gave him tickets to a game, an obstructed view. The biggest thing he was looking forward to was 99 cents off his next coffee. Or maybe his only coffee.
But then again, how were the Lions doing that season anyways? So that might have been the highlight.
It was the first preseason game.
Yeah.
They made the playoffs.
It was last year. Okay.
They played the New York Football Jets.
Yeah.
They play them every year. And there was a game, actually, to be played on Thursday. They did not just have unlimited Dashing Donut races. Lions won 23-3. Amir Abdullah, the rookie running back, 7 carries, 67 yards. From Nebraska. I'm really excited for him. I think he's going to be good. Mind you, preseason. Mind you, New York Jets. Mind you, Dashing Donut. Who knows? Who knows what you're going to get, but definitely a step in the right direction for the running game with Joique Bell being injured and Theo Riddick being used out of the slot, the departure of Reggie Bush. I think Ameer Abdullah is going to be good news for this team, and he's going to be able to catch some rocks out of the backfield from Stafford. I think he's definitely a bright spot for this offense.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, he's got some great hands. Just hearing the stuff that was coming out of training camp and the preseasons, it was awesome to watch. And it was really exciting to see. He's under Joique Bell. Joique Bell hasn't been the best lately, but
no.
It's a good guy to shadow. And so there's just nothing but praise coming from critics' mouths about Ameer Abdullah. So I'm excited to see what he has to offer. I really think there's a lot of potential in this guy.
I'm going to touch on Joique Bell a little bit. I think he is the most overrated player on this team. The guy averages 2.3 yards per carry, and everyone praises him because he does a little touchdown thing when he gets his 1 yard touchdown. Yeah, oh, everybody over here. No, sorry, man. I'm not buying it. I don't care that you went to Wayne State. Great story. He can't hold on to the ball between the tackles. He fumbles like crazy. He averages 2.3 yards per rush. He can't catch out of the backfield. I think he's overrated, and everyone, oh, he's a Detroit guy. Great story. Yada yada. Ooh, beep boo ba beep boop. No, sorry. End of story. Greg Salas, a good story, however. 5 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Touchdown from Dan Orlovsky. He's back in the backup role. Greg Salas is a guy who could make the 53-man roster. I don't know what you think about him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He showed potential the last game. So, yeah, I thought he did a great job, and you never know who's going to make it, what injuries are going to happen between then and now. So we'll see.
He's definitely a guy that I think needs to make this roster over a guy like Ryan Broyles or somebody who just has been given so many opportunities and haven't been able to really grasp it and run with it. Broyles is a guy who was a high pick and just never panned out. Last year he only had 2 catches in all year. Is it time? I don't care that he was in the news because he budgets himself. He is only allowed to spend X amount of dollars a year when he gets $2 million guaranteed or however much it is. For a guy who catches 2 balls in a whole year and he's making it's $1 million a catch. Must be nice, eh? Toss me a rock. If I drop it, oh, there goes $1 million. No, okay. I'm sorry. I think he's done. Waste of a pick. Moving on. Is Prater the kicker this year? So far, so good. I think he was definitely a good pickup for the Lions last year when they went through, it seems like everyone. The guy in 326, come down, you got a 50-yarder coming up. Prater's a guy, he can kick the long field goal. He had some alcohol issues, which is why Denver got rid of him. But, I mean, he was right there. He went to the Super Bowl the year before, and I think he's the guy for the job. He tied for the longest kick in NFL history, 63 yards, just 3 years ago. And if he can keep it together off the field, I think the Lions found themselves a good kicker.
Yeah, aside from the alcoholism, I think that he's got a great resume, and I think that's something we need. I mean, especially last year, all those games, and the year before, all those games that we were losing just because of missed field goals or what have you. It was embarrassing. So hopefully we found somebody solid in him. He can keep his head clean and, just be our go-to guy.
Go back, you said alcoholism. Let's be fair to Prater. I think every one of us has an alcohol problem.
That's true, yeah.
It's just, he's under more of a microscope than we are. Now, if he would have seen you at Club Luna this weekend, you might not be kicking for the Lions. But guess what? You're still the co-host of the wrap-up. Now, I'm not going to tell you where I was this weekend because, hey, no one knows. I'm not under a microscope. Did I put you on blast? Maybe. You know who is as well? Matthew Stafford. He goes 2 for 2, 57 yards, a touchdown. Both of his tosses to Golden Tate, 2 receptions, 57 yards, and a touchdown. This could be a dynamic duo. Stafford to Golden, Stafford to Calvin, Stafford to me.
No. Let's see. Hopefully him and Calvin, I feel they weren't on the same page last year. He was just setting Calvin up for these, horrible passes that really could have hurt the guy. And hopefully they're on the same page now. It looked like they were clicking. Like you said, it's only the preseason. There's not as much hype as there is during a normal game because every game counts. So we'll see. If they can click and get this ball rolling, we'll see.
That we will. You know who hasn't been getting the ball rolling? Your Detroit Tigers. They have not. Miguel Cabrera, though, is back in the lineup. He hits a home run on Sunday. That's good to see. He went 2 for 3, 3 RBIs, a home run. Ian Kinsler's been hitting just the cover off the ball in the past month. I think he's over 400 in that time. Victor Martinez, though, cold, ice cold. 241 on the year. Just really hasn't had it since he came back from injury. I don't know if he's still hurt or he's just having trouble, but he does not look good. Maybe they need to get him some more time out in the field to maybe play a complete style of game, maybe throw him at first base a little bit. I know he played a little bit of first on Saturday against the Astros in that game that they did, in fact, win. Justin Verlander pitched great in that game, only gave up 3 hits across 7 innings. And then Blaine Hardy comes in the 8th, shuts him down. Bruce Rondon, which looks to be the new closer for the Tigers, he get unfortunate event for him. Throws a great pitch low and away, 99 miles an hour to Preston Tucker. Tucker just puts the bat on and it goes out because Rondon provided all the power in that. I think Rondon's going to be a good closer. I think you have to give him the job now and just label it to him. The season's pretty much lost at this point. What does it matter if he blows a couple games? He's got electric fastball, 101, 102 miles an hour. Great changeup when it's working, when it's complementing that fastball. 83, 84 miles an hour. That's a 20-mile-an-hour difference. And if it's the same motion, hitters aren't going to be able to hit that. When they're thinking 100 miles an hour, they swing, ball's still 10 feet away, and they look stupid. You got to give it to him. Sure, he's going to give up a long ball, but because he throws hard. If a guy guesses right, all they have to do is put the bat on the ball, and it's going to go, kind of like a Zumaya or a guy like that. They provide all the power, so all the batter has to do is just put his bat on it. I think Rondon's the guy, and you got to give him the job, and you got to give it to him now.
Yeah, absolutely. When you really don't have much to lose, this is a great opportunity for them to just try different things, try different positions or just different pitches. So if he can give it to him, give him the position, it's for him to lose. So we'll see. I support that 100%. And next year when we actually have a chance, this time next year, we'll see if he's still able to do that or not.
The guy we got in that David Price trade, along with Daniel Norris, was Matt Boyd, left-handed starting pitcher. He goes for the boys on Sunday, and he pitched earlier in the week as well. And he just, I don't think he has it. His stuff just is flat. His first outing, he did pitch good. He got a win. But I still think he got lucky. A lot of guys were popping up on pitches that they really could have driven out of the yard. And I don't know if he's ready. I think you got to let him finish the year in AAA, kind of work with a development team a little bit, because they're not, once you're in the majors, you're just kind of working with what you have. When you're in the minors, they're developing you, turning you into something. He's still young. He's 23, 24 years old. Just prime him for next year. I think his stuff's just flat right now. I think definitely there's potential there, but right now, I just don't think it is. And maybe bring a guy like Fulmer up or something along those lines, but I don't know if he's got it.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Just get him to develop. I mean, give him some experience this year if you want to keep him up here, but I really don't think it's going to help the team that much. So, if you can give him some more pro experience and then send him down for the rest of the year, that'd be great too. I was really excited. I was hoping, he'd turn out good for the guys, but like you said, he hasn't developed like we thought he would.
Yep, Tigers, they've just been real inconsistent all year, and hopefully they can maybe get an undefeated week here, and we can drink the Kool-Aid again next week. And I'll bring some. We'll stir it. We'll bring all the guys from behind the scenes. All you guys will be out here drinking it right here. And who knows?
Yeah.
Could be a great edition of the wrap-up next week. Dan Myers will be here.
I'll be here.
So will I. Nick Buckler, thanks for watching.